Sam Cosentino from Sportsnet, joined by Shane Wright, who is the CHL Wawanesa Rookie of the Year, presented by Wawanesa, of course. And what an amazing season. I mean, 39 goals, everything comes to an end. I mean, you sure picked the right time to come in as an exceptional player, but all joking aside, your thoughts on your first year in the Ontario Hockey League as a 15-year-old?
Yeah, I feel like it went really well. Coming into the season, I didn't really know what to expect or, what type of impact I'd have on my team. But, I feel like as the season went on, I gained confidence in my ability and my plays, and, gained, some chemistry with my teammates. And I really started to, pick up my game as the season went on.
It's amazing that you say that, because I talked to one Eastern Conference coach and he said, yeah, you know what? He looked like he belonged at the start of the year. And then after Christmas, he looked like a different guy. He looked like he was a star in the league. And, not to put too much shine on you, but you're obviously saying that progression worked for you as well. What is it that you think made the difference for you to take that step, even in just the course of 1 year?
I always keep thinking to myself, a big part of the season for me and my confidence was the World Under 17 World Championships. I think that was a huge tournament for me, just a huge confidence builder. And I think I brought that back to Kingston, and I just kept elevating my play from there. So.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens sometimes, because I watch a lot of players of similar ilk to yours who get into the league in the first year and they're kind of a little bit wide open, eyes wide open. They play well, but then they get back with their peer group, even though you're still younger than all those guys, but they find that confidence again. And obviously the skill is there and the skating and all the elements are there for you guys to be good players, but it's the confidence, and it can waver so much in a league where you're playing against 20-year-olds. Do you think that was the biggest thing in terms of, as soon as you came back from there, that you maybe felt more confident?
Yeah, exactly. I felt like I belonged. I felt like I could, truly make a difference and, be a top player in the league. And I think that just, like I said, just my game kept elevating after that, and, just kept improving.
Yeah, same number of points as Connor McDavid in fewer games, though, in his rookie season. So you have to can't help but look around and see what you've done this year. 39 goals. I mean, Bernie Nicholls' record goes back to almost when I was born, back to the 79-80 season for goals scored, by a Kingston player. All of these things, the media attention, the under-17s, now the invite to Canada's World Junior Camp. How is it, and I'm not surprised because I got to know you quite well here, but how is it that you're able to handle all of these things happening in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep a level head through it, not trying to, pump my own tires too much. I think my parents really help with that. They're both so down to earth and grounded. I think that really helps me out. I try not to get too ahead of myself and try not to, think too far ahead in the future. Just kind of take it, one step at a time, that kind of stuff.
You're a smart guy. You are very aware of your surroundings. Did you have an opportunity to reach out to maybe any of the exceptional players from previous years, Tavares, Ekblad, McDavid, for a little bit of advice on how to handle things?
No, I wasn't able to contact any of them. But obviously, I knew, Connor Bedard obviously just recently granted exceptional. So I reached out to him, just congratulating him on, being granted exceptional, as, I've known him from past pep camps in Toronto. So, yeah.
Yeah, really cool. I'm really looking forward to the first WHL player granted that status in Connor Bedard, who will suit up for the Regina Pats next year. Speaking of the time off, in this unusual situation, you're a guy who now has an opportunity really to build on a lot of the things that 15-year-olds who come into the league have to build on: your skating, your strength, size, speed, all of those things. You're given this extended opportunity to do so. How have you been spending your time during COVID, and where do you think you see improvements in your game already?
Yeah, I'm just spending a lot of time in the gym, just building up that strength. Obviously being one of the younger players, I'm going to be less physically mature than, a lot of the players in the league. So I think that's definitely a big focus of mine in the off season. And, I can already see, huge improvements in, my strength and my balance and physicality, that kind of stuff. I think that's really definitely going to translate to my game next year, especially.
I went back and I watched the highlights of all 39 goals, and I was amazed how much was generated on the offside. As a right shot player on the left side, either curling in off the boards to the dot, or even starting there and making your way towards the front of the net. Is that something you're conscious of, or you just feel comfortable there on the offside with your ability to score goals there?
I think it's just an overall confidence. I'm confident in my ability to shoot a puck. I'm confident in my ability to, score from a lot of areas on the ice. And I wasn't afraid to, take the shot and, maybe make the selfish play and take that opportunity myself. So.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff. And then I noticed as the year progressed, we started to see some more stuff from the strong side. But one thing that also amazed me when I went back and looked at all those goals is that the element of surprise. There's no question that your shot is already big league material, in my opinion. But the element of surprise, shooting it maybe off balance, wrong foot, in a position where it doesn't look like you're going to shoot, is that something that you're mindful of, or does it just come naturally to you when you're out there?
I mean, it comes naturally a little bit, but it's also something that, I've been working on the past couple summers, especially, last summer, especially, I worked on my shot a whole lot, just getting that quick release and getting that accuracy down pretty well. So I think that kind of translated to my success there in the season.
Yeah, the pep stuff. You mentioned that earlier and where you had met Connor Bedard previously, but how much of an impact that sort of kind of workout and preparation has done for you? How much of an impact do you think that's had?
Yeah, I mean, pep's awesome. I mean, I love doing it. It's so fun to do. I mean, I think it helps in, a lot of aspects of the game. Obviously the quick hands and the quick feet and, just kind of combining all of that into one, being able to, slip it under the apparatuses while, crossing over and turning and all that kind of stuff. And then, finishing in tight with a shot. I think it translates to today's game. It's all fast paced, quick stuff. You have to make quick decisions, and I feel like it's really benefited my game especially.
Every great player also has some teammates in which he relies on. And one guy that I was so impressed with this year is Zaid Wisdom, who's up for the draft this year. He's a guy who's really kind of taken off in the NHL rankings. Hard-working guy, not afraid to go anywhere, but also a skilled guy that I think maybe is a little bit undercover. Explain to me what it's like playing with Zaid Wisdom, and if you're an NHL team, why do you take him?
Yeah, he's a fun guy to play with. I mean, he's such a good teammate to have. He stands up for his teammates. He loves his teammates. And he just works so hard. I mean, he's not the biggest guy, but he's the first in the corners battling with those big defensemen and battling in front of the net. And he can score too. I mean, 29 goals this year. I mean, that's nothing to. I mean, that's pretty good. So I think he's definitely a guy I really like playing with and a guy I really like having on my team.
And then another guy that kind of came on late in the year was Martin Crowe. And I watched some of the chemistry you had, whether it was the backhand sauce pass, even the forehand, getting it to the middle of the ice. This guy's a really skilled player. I was really impressed in the viewings I had of him. How much more did he complete you and Zaid?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously such a smart player. He's so easy to play with because he reads the game and he thinks the game so well and it's at such a high level. And I think we just feed off each other, the three of us, and we just we all complement each other so well. I mean, that's why we had so much success this past year.
CHL Rookie of the Year carries a lot of weight with it. A lot of great players have won that award in the past. When you're looking at that accomplishment, what is it that you can do to take your game to the next level? And maybe we're looking at a CHL Player of the Year award in the future for Shane Wright.
I think just keep improving on everything. That's something that's huge with me. I'm always trying to improve my game. I'm never, complacent or comfortable with where my skills are at. So I'm always trying to make myself better. I'm always trying to find, new little things that I can add to my game that are, going to add to my success. So, we'll see how the season goes. And,
one other person that I felt that has had a significant impact in your life is Cam Stuart, your advisor there. Seems like he's been a great mentor to you and a guy that I've gotten to know well over the years. How do you think that he's helped you along here, especially with everything that a first year in the CHL has to offer a player?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously such a great guy to be in contact with. He's such a smart player. Obviously, played in the NHL for a number of years, and he's so well educated and knows the game so well. He really helped me out this year. If I maybe had a bad game, just kind of talking over with him, seeing what I didn't do well and seeing what I can do better. And I think just he's given me every opportunity. I mean, with skates and equipment and all that kind of stuff, he's on top of all that. It seems like he knows so many people. I mean, every person we talk to seems like they know who Cam is. So he's definitely a guy I'm really glad to have.
Some other people, Curtis Foster has since moved on from the Kingston Frontenacs, but he's the guy who was your head coach along with Luca Caputi here in your rookie year. Two guys that I'm very fond of. We'll talk about Paul McFarland here in a minute, but what kind of impact did those two have on you in your first year?
Yeah, I mean, those two are awesome. I mean, they're such smart guys as well. You know, they also played in the NHL for a number of years, and they just know the game so well. And I think they just, you know, they did a great job, you know, teaching me stuff about the game and teach me, you know, how to be an OHL player and how to, you know, take my game to the next level. So, you know, I really, you know, I think their teaching, their guidance really helped me, you know, have the success I had this year.
And Chris Longo as well, maybe more on the skill side of things.
Yeah, he was a great skills guy for us. You know, he's also such a smart guy. He knows what he's talking about. So I think he really taught me a lot as well this year.
You know, as a young player, sometimes it's difficult to transition to a new coach, but Paul McFarland has history in Kingston. He's got a very good history as an assistant coach in the National Hockey League. How excited are you now to play with Paul McFarland behind the bench?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. I mean, obviously, you know, I liked Curtis Foster as a coach, and you know, in the end, it's not my decision, you know, who our coach is going to be, but just talking with Paul and, you know, having meetings with him and conversations with him, I can just tell that he's a really smart guy and he knows what he's talking about, and you know, I really think he's gonna help our team this year. So.
When you go back and look at your first year, your CHL Rookie of the Year, your first goal against Oshawa, I think it was in your last game, the first hat trick against Flint. Is there any one moment that sticks out to you in particular as being the crowning moment for your Rookie of the Year honors?
Yeah, obviously, you know, the first goal is always a special moment, but I think the moment that I always love is, you know, scoring the overtime winner against Oshawa when we were wearing our camo jerseys. I think that's just you know, even special. You know, being able to wear those jerseys on our military appreciation night was pretty special, and be able to score in overtime as well. So.
Well, amazing stuff. I'm so looking forward to what the future holds for you. I'm glad you're reaching out and talking to people like Connor Bedard to mentor them, because it is tough being a 15-year-old in the league, but you handled it amazingly well. And the CHL Rookie of the Year honors ahead of Dylan Gunther of Edmonton, who is a dynamite player, Zach Bolduc, real sniper out there in Rimouski. To be able to beat that competition really says something. Shane Wright, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Shane Wright, CHL Rookie of the Year, presented by Wawanesa.